Okay, so what we're going to do today is do a comparison between the new Lectron billetron and the stock keihin with JD jetting. I've already put this on here. I've got about 15 hours on the billetron. I like it. I finally got it tuned where I want it. It took a lot of trial and error. It was not set it and forget it by no means. Thank God I got the easy tune kit, which I expected would make it a little easier, but really it's the same thing. You just don't got to use tools basically. But I finally got it tuned in like pretty damn perfect. I'm happy with it. But the thing I don't really particularly care for is it don't have a throttle position sensor. I installed my billetron and my Apex head at the same time on the same day because I was excited. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a comparison between the keihin and the billetron, because I've been hearing so much about how the billetron ain't that great and da-da-da-da-da. I seem to like it, but I really don't have anything to compare it to with the Apex head on. When I first got the bike, it had the keihin in it. I put JD jetting in it about a week before my billetron got here, and it ran good. But like I said, I changed the head and the carburetor at the same time. So I'm gonna switch it back, see what that feels like, and decide which one's better. As far as a review on the billetron, this will be kind of like a review on it also. If you notice, it doesn't leak. I've heard a lot of people saying it leaks. It doesn't leak, but it seems to, if you leave fuel in the bowl, to get like this like sweaty stuff. But it's gas though. It is gas, but it's not leaking per se. I don't like that. It makes it ugly and dirty and gives a nice area for stuff to stick to on this pretty carburetor. Like I said, it was quite a bitch to tune to the right. When I got it, it ran perfect. You know, the whole time it's ran perfect, don't get me wrong. But to tune it to where I wanted it took a lot of playing with. I mean, let me rephrase that. I didn't spend so much time because it don't take that much time to play with it. But I'd go a little leaner, I'd go a little richer, I'd go really leaner, I'd go really richer, I'd come back to where I was, I'd look on my manual and see where they sent it to me at, because supposedly they send it where your bike is according to everything you need. It was super duper rich right there. To get it to idle the way I wanted to was a little funny. I did find out that one of my reeds was messed up, so I've now got new reed pedals in. I've now got a brand new top end in. This top end only has 5.2 hours on it, so I figured this was a good time to do a comparison. So I've already done a lot of riding with the billetron. Now I'm about to put the keihin in. I've already got the JD jet kit in, set to the way they recommend it for my altitude and whatnot. And we're gonna see what the difference is. Like I said, with the TPS, I don't really know much about that, but I do know that it's supposed to change your timing according to where you are on the throttle. The billetron doesn't do that. It just fuels it. I don't know if that's going to make a major difference or not, but I'd like to see. So yeah, let's get into this and see what happens. Okay, so keihin carb is on. I just went for a test ride. Where do I start? I like the billetron. It's pretty awesome. They got a lot of claims though. Better bottom, better fuel economy, less stalling, all this. They say a lot of things. I do like the billetron. It's more, what's the word? It's more consistent, I guess. Like when you hit the gas, you get the same amount every time, just about, you know. If you're going up and down mountains, doing a lot of elevation change, yeah, the meter and rod will be hellaciously awesome. For me, I live in Georgia. I do changed my elevation by around 2 to maybe 4,000 feet difference. That being said, the apex head makes it where I have a 6,000 between the JD jet kit, which is, I mean, I moved the clip up. No. Yes. I moved it from, it says to put it in position 3. I moved it to position 2. So I moved it up 1 clip. Other than that, it was on point. But nonetheless, for me, I can get away with the keihin. I'm going to keep the billetron. I'm eventually going to sell this bike once I get done playing with it. So if anybody wants, you know, a nice bike, let me know. But the goal is for me to get a beta before it's over with. But nonetheless, I think I'm going to leave the keihin on for now. Whenever, I'll probably swap back and forth doing different videos and stuff like that. It hits harder with the keihin. The billetron does, so the keihin has better low. The billetron has more consistent low, if that makes sense. Like right off the bottom on the billetron, you know, you get the same thing with the same amount of throttle every single time. The keihin, sometimes it gives you a little more, sometimes it gives you a little less, but it's always there. The keihin, I did a speed run with the billetron, and I only got 54 miles per hour, which I'm not pegging them out at all. Like, I'm getting probably 3/4 of the speed, you know. Nonetheless, doing like 3/4 throttle speed runs. With the billetron, I was consistently getting 53 and 54 miles per hour. That's not that much. That's what made me think, I'm gonna put my keihin on and see if the throttle position sensor helps anything. So anyway, so I only did 2 so far with this. The first one I got 56, the second one I got 59. And like I said, you know, I still had more on the billetron too, and I still had a little more on this, but not much on either. So I gained miles per hour. I gained a little strength in the bottom, but not as consistent on the bottom. It just seems to have more punch when it hits. It's not as a consistent punch, but it has more punch. That's the only way I know how to describe it. Like I said, I'm going to keep the billetron for now and switch it back and forth for different videos maybe. If anybody wants to buy one, like I said, it literally has like 15 hours on it. It's a little dirty. I'm going to clean it up. But I may sell it if anybody wants it. It's an awesome carburetor. Like I said, I mean, it's pretty sweet. It's got the easy tune kit and all that good jazz. It really breaks my heart that the keihin does so much better. I mean, I spent a lot of money on this. This was $627. That's a lot of money to switch from what came with the bike to do. It is more consistent, and for people going up and down mountains, it would be better. But for me, it was not better for my riding that I do, and that kind of breaks my heart. But nonetheless, I did have a chance to ride with the apex head and the keihin now, and I also rode with the stock head and keihin before, and the apex head does a tremendous amount of extra hit. Not hit, but strength. It does lug a lot better than it did with the stock head. I like that. I like that head a lot, and it's beautiful. So I'm beautiful. It's got an A for armor, my last name. But anyway, so that's my little, I wouldn't know if you call it a review or not, but that's my comparison between the stock keihin and the Lectron billetron.